Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dirt to Daytona. Well, folks, today we fly out to Sin City and go drive around a wide and fairly flat track. $375,000, not a lot of money. I mean, in comparison to some of the other races we've done, but we'll make do. So let's get out here, handle this race. Hopefully, something clean, something that's not messed up by, I don't know, the driver, me. All right, anyway, let's do this. Truck feels great. We ran our second lap, was a 33.301. Can we do it again? I don't know. I mean, I can't. It was just about as perfect a lap as I could have it, and maybe I don't want to push it any more than that. Good news is we weren't pushing it extremely a lot, and that was faster than Matt Crafton. So we have a chance at a pole here. That would be awesome. Let's get out there and try to do it right. All right, here we go down the front stretch. Qualifying time. I'm gonna push it a little bit more, actually. I want to see if... Normally I'd let it go down to about 145-ish, but I knew I could hold it with fresh tires. This one's gonna be the mess up, though. That sucks. I turned too late, wasn't able to bring it down, so it's still going to be a 33-something, but I don't think it's going to be a 33.3. I don't think it's going to be a pole position. Or it's going to be a 33.3, and we could have actually done much better. So that's great to see, I suppose. And that's even better to see, folks. We got ourselves a pole. What we're going to do, get out there and try to win at Vegas. There is no commentary from... whoever that is that does that. I forgot his name. Alan Left Switch. We're at Vegas, baby. That's all I had to say. I don't know. Let's race this freaking thing. 73 laps. 31 to tank. 2 stops. I forgot to shift because I decided to try to do it all at once. Like a moron. Got a little bit of damage on the left rear bumper. We'll be all right. Feels fine so far. And we're not up to speed that we had to slow down, but it felt all right. Yeah, we're fine. It feels just fine. I'll go strong, get a bit of a lead if I can. And then I will kind of tune it down a little bit, tone it down a little bit, try to save the tires at the end of the run. We have a chance that we could run this based on tire wear. You know, we could run this whole thing and do focus on tire wear and pit a third of the way through and then 2/3 of the way through instead of pitting at the end of a gas run. And then it all really depends on where the tire wear is. We might run this first one all the way out and then split the next stint in half. Of course, if we don't have a ton of tire wear, we're not in the red or anything, maybe we start to think about, I don't know, other options. I don't know, but we've got a 1.3 second lead already on Setzer. And we haven't really pushed it that hard. Of course, I hit that corner about the speed I would have if I was going calm, so this time I'm going to push it a little bit, and as you can tell, we kind of drive away. Got 2/10 there, 3/10. We'll cut the track here. It's a risk. That's what you do in Vegas. And I'm just going to try to pull away as far as we can on this first stint. Hope for a clean race. Hope no cautions happen while we're doing this, because I love when I get out to a big lead and then a caution happens and maybe we mess up on the flag, on the green flag, and all of a sudden we're right in the thick of it with everybody again. I want to make as much money as I can so we're not a complete pile of trash with our cup car when we go into next season. I also want to learn as much as I can this season with the truck because, as I've said before, and I will say it again, next year is going to be a lot more difficult in the truck series, being that all the other trucks will catch up by the in the new year. So this is one of those tracks that next season I foresee them getting that couple tenths faster a lap and us battling it out throughout the entire race and not getting as many victories as we had this year. They could be wrong. Hopefully I will have learned enough over the season to drive well around the other trucks. You know, even though our mechanically will all be even, hopefully I'll be able to make some better decisions than I have in the past when I've had to drive it harder because I haven't had the great equipment. And, you know, I've overdriven the truck a lot when we haven't had the equipment, so now it's just a matter of learning how to drive the truck with the best equipment we have, not overdrive it, be patient around traffic, watch our dive bombing, things like that. We do that, we'll be good for next year as well. But you guys will see that as well because we will be doing both Truck Series and Cup Series in the next seasons. So that'll be fun. Right now, though, we've got quite a bit to go here on this first stint. And, you know, I like to break it up. So we're going to do exactly that. We'll get back with you guys as soon as there's some action or we go into our pit. We'll see you then. We've got a few laps left here in this stint. Have absolutely destroyed the front right. Good news is our next stint will not be a full stint. We'll split it in half now that we have this data. It is not great. It didn't even... What's weird is it doesn't feel like I smoked the front right. In fact, except for the fact that we had to really get on the brakes and behind, I think it was Skorecki, so we didn't hit him. We were having no problem going around the corners. And then, of course, Schneider, the contact we had with him early on in that, it didn't even register on the truck. That rear end damage happened when we got clipped. We hit Schneider here with our front left, and it never even registered, so that was pretty cool. We're going to bring it around next time round, obviously, since we're low on fuel right here. And although, from what I've been told, it was kind of a glitch in the game that happened from that track specifically, I still rather not take the risk. Not that I don't believe people, but also, you know, it's down to one lap. And I need to definitely not make mistakes going on a pit road, because that's the next potential problem. Here we go. Bring it on.
You're low on fuel.
Gas it up a little here. Bring it down. Ooh. We're fine. Everything's fine. I don't know where the line is. All right, doesn't matter. Line's there. Well, line isn't where I thought it was. I was going to cut in earlier, but whatever. Everything's fine. 31 laps. We'll split. Well, we'll probably come in after 20 laps, really. I was going to say, I don't know if he goes to the... Ooh, we need to get it up. Fix it. We're good. All right. Anyway, bring that back up and let the relative catch up. We did pass Gong and Wood under on pit road. Better pit stops than them. That's what we pay those guys the big bucks for, though, so that makes sense. A lot of trucks still to pit. As you see, Schneider's on pit road. We're going to try to split these two with cold tires and not wreck that. We got, we were about, we were pretty close to 17 seconds, I think, in front of second place. So we picked up a little bit of time on pit road, and we didn't really have such a clean entry to pit road. So that was all the team there. Pretty happy with how that went. And of course, there's still plenty of racing to go, still more than halfway to go, but you know, it feels real good. Truck feels great. We won't have to run it out that far again. Like I said, we'll split this in half, so we'll go in with 20 to go. So we'll have about 10 laps ish. 10 or 8. I can't think right now for some reason. But anyway, you get the point. We're going to go in without using our full fuel load, and then we'll only have 20 to go, so we'll be able to stay strong as far as that next part goes as well. Head on up over here. Gonna cut this to see if we can get that 20th second on daughter real quick. I don't know how, you know, we don't get the tenths of seconds ahead we are, so it takes obviously a lot longer to change that number around. We put I think he's out of fuel, or did he just come off of pit road, or is he out of fuel? Because he is driving very slowly. That is the type of thing that could cost us. Could call out the caution and have everybody stack back up, and then all our hard work is gone, you know? That's the part that I hate, but at the same time, now you want to talk about something like stage racing and why I really do enjoy the road course stage racing, where they still get stage points, but there is no caution to stack them all back up. If you got a hell of a race car and you're out in front of the pack and you're able to have just a great day overall, and then all of a sudden caution comes out for an end of a stage and stacks them all back up, and you got to do it all over again. Some might say, hey, well, if you're that good, you should be able to do it all over again. Yeah, but I am that good, so why should I have to prove myself multiple times in a race by having everyone catch back up to me? You know, you think about, then you, on the flip side, you got the guys who started having had a bad race in the beginning and then make adjustments, and then they're there in the end and they're battling for a victory at the end. And if stages or stage cautions, I should say, didn't exist, that wouldn't happen. So it's, you know, it's, that kind of goes back to, I really agree with the wave arounds and all that stuff. That's great for the sport because you can have a bad day and get right back into it. But I'm kind of a firm believer that stage cautions suck. And if you want to add those points or whatever, then just add them for the stages themselves. But I don't think that you should stack everybody up and make them all go again. And I get it also. It's the entertainment value. Everybody loves the restarts because it's real hectic for the first few seconds or first few laps. But again, I just go back to the cars, the trucks, whatever, who are doing a great job out there. And then a stage ends, they got to slow their engine back down as well. And you don't know what parts can go to shit when you are decreasing the heat and increasing the heat and doing all that in quick succession at the end of a stage after running a long amount of time. And you just don't know what kind of misfortunes can happen to a truck that otherwise, or, you know, I'm saying truck, whoops. I'm saying truck right now, but for the others, it'd be a car. Well, what the hell is that for? Oh, there's proof. There it is. So now we have, well, it's not proof here because we don't have stages, but the caution's going to stack up at least the top 5 trucks. I don't know how many other trucks we've passed or lapped, but the top 5 trucks are going to be right there battling it out with us again. And it took us 30-something laps to get this kind of a lead on them, and a hell of a pit stop by our pit crew. So that sucks, but we're going to come out of the caution here, and maybe I'll talk just a little bit, but then we're going to speed it right up so that you guys don't have to sit here for more than 30 minutes. Ta-da! All right.
The race is going green. There's the green flag. Stay high. Still there. Car low.
There are a number of lead lap trucks that did not pit with us. We waited until we were had exactly enough. Oof. Oh, keep it steady. Oh, okay, that could have been far worse. Anyway, there were a number of trucks that didn't pit that are on the lead lap. Oh, we are so loose with our tires being wet or cold. Wet. We got wet tires, folks. Just kidding. We have cold tires. So a lot of these trucks that we're trying to get around right now, anyway,
Still there.
didn't pit with us, and we're good. We should be good by about a fifth of a lap. We should be good for the rest of the race. So when we grab first place, whenever that does happen, whoa, I got clipped hard. All right, well, whatever. We're still here. Gonna do this, get our lead back. This pack of trucks in front of us, Pickle, Wood, Small, Gong, and is that Setzer or Norick, whoever that one was up there in the very front. They didn't pit with us. And actually, that must be Norick because Setzer's in fifth. So these trucks, though, they were on the lead lap. That's probably why they didn't pit. I have a feeling that when we pass them, they will no longer be on the lead lap. As I said, though, after the caution, we're going to speed it up. Otherwise, I talk too much, and this video is way too long. So we're going to speed it up to about 5 left in the race, and we will see you at that point. Oh, we've got 9 laps left. Evan Ratner comes up on the track from missing, I don't know, the pit entrance or something. Right in front of us, we slam on the brakes, lock him up so we can't steer, can't get out of the way, hit him solid. And of course, drama is a brewing now because we have Matt Crafton catching us. While we are a fair amount slower with engine damage and radiator damage. And we have 8 laps left. So if we do the math, and of course our tires are a bit worn because we ended up running a full stint at the end here. So 6.5 seconds right now. We've got 8 laps left. 8 tenths per lap roughly would get him to catch us. We'll have to pay attention to those numbers. We'll also have to pay attention to the hope that he gets caught up in lap traffic.
You're all clear.
Basically, at 7 laps, he would need to be at 49 or 4.9 seconds, I believe, to be 7 tenths per second, or 5.6 to be 8 tenths per second, which is where we're at this very moment.
Still there. Clear high.
I'm trying to use Norick's draft to help us speed up a little bit faster because that's where the problem is. We're tight now. Obviously, we can't really drive around the corners as fast as we were able to before. But that's not nearly as bad as the speed off. We don't have the drive off, and I think as long... Actually, we're going to possibly end up passing No Rick, which is interesting in its own. Not quite yet, but I think we're going to. Good news is that around this time last lap, it was at 5.6 seconds, so he only got 5/10 on us. Now he's gotten 3/10 right there, which makes oddly no sense. Unless he had been caught behind traffic, and then he ended up getting around it. Oh, now we got some different numbers going on here. Looks like he's definitely stuck behind someone now. I don't know. Look at it, it's kind of freaking out. Yeah, he was 4, then 5, now he's 6. He's one of the ones that had to pit. Has to be one of the ones who had to pit, and that's why it got shorter, because when you get onto pit road, it's a secondary road they get on. Still
there.
They're all pitting. Why are they all pitting?
All clear.
Got 5 laps left of fuel. Hold on. Let me check this. I should have had enough. I have 4 laps left of fuel. Should be 3 to go at the line or 4 to go at the line. 4 to go at the line. We're fine.
All clear.
We're fine. It'll hit 3 right before we get to 3. We're fine. We're going to finish this one out. Looks like all those trucks had to pit, even though they pit at the same time as us, so that doesn't make sense. They just weren't willing to run it all the way out, I guess. And the drama has subsided. We'll actually not even push it that hard. We'll run around the track a little bit slower, and we'll get the victory. And that was a bit of a strategy play as we waited until the last second to pit with the pace car out. In fact, the pace car went in when we were coming off of pit road. We were able to drive our way ahead of everyone. And again, it was going to be a clean, seemingly clean race, even though we got messed up in the rear end every single time we were out from a pit or at the beginning of the race. But Evan Ratner in that purple and green tree frog truck right about here jumps up back up on track, unbeknownst to me or anybody else. And we end up getting absolutely toasted by him. And that's just how that went. Gonna watch the fuel gauge here. Should hit 1 to go. So we're gonna hit 0 to go right as we cross the line, but it should be fine. Not this time around, obviously. I am gambling. I am definitely gambling it right now. This isn't great. I could have gone in and just got a quick splash to ensure it now that I knew all those other trucks had to do that. As we just hit 1 to go, it's gonna hit 0 around that point next time around. And with the white flag out,
You're low on fuel.
I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of drive real slow around these corners. And like I said, it's gonna cut out pretty close to right around this area pretty soon. That's okay. Yeah, there we go. 0 laps left. That doesn't mean we don't have part of a lap left. Yep. It's sputtering, 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 and we will take home the victory. Lucky for us, we were able to do that by putting everybody a lap down. Many trucks weren't willing to take that risk. We should have actually, I don't know, maybe we burned more fuel with the engine damage and the radiator damage, but we actually should have been, like I said, about 1/5 or 20% to the good on the last lap, and we ended up being about 1/5 to the bad and coasted through. Didn't matter. We were able to come home with that victory. Your top 5 after the race: Tony Savoy, Matt Crafton, Robert Presley, Rick Crawford, and Travis Quapple. Evan Ratner trashed us 15 laps down. That victory will bring home $175,816. Tony Savoy, who appears to have the season championship just about wrapped up, won again on October 11th. My season so far has been the stuff dreams are made of, Savoy confessed. Season standings after that win, well, we have quite a lead. We have 3 races left. I believe we have California, Phoenix, and Homestead, Miami. As I thought, our next race will be at California Speedway. That is a great track for us. We did well in it last year. Expect to do well in it this year as long as we remain patient and don't make mistakes that kill the race on our own. However, folks, that is going to do it for this episode. I do want to take a moment out to say thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. And of course, until next time, and as always, you take care.